So it turns out I like KIWIs. Welcome back, everybody. My name's Will, and no, I'm not talking about fruit in today's episode. That would be a little bit outside my wheelhouse. I'm actually talking about mag pouches today. I'm actually really excited about this product, and I want to tell you guys why, and I also have a pretty cool story, at least I think it's a cool story, to share with you guys that makes me like these even more than I already did. But first, let's talk about the actual magazines, how they're constructed, and what they're for. Sorry to interrupt the video, guys, but I need you to do me a favor. Recently, several companies have come on board with Country Boy Guns and have taken me on as an affiliate with them. What that means is if you use my links to go shop on their websites and you buy something, I get a portion of that sale to come back to the channel. That lets me buy ammo, buy accessories, buy guns, buy gas for range trips, buy camera equipment, pay for trips that I have upcoming, which I do have at least one really cool trip coming up this year that I'm really excited about. All of those funds that come back to me support the channel. They support me. They support the work and the content that I'm making here. So if you'd like to support this channel, the best way for you to do that is to use the first link in my description down below, which will take you to my brand new website. On my website, I'll have a list of all of the companies that I have affiliate links with. If you just click on that company name, it'll take you straight to their website using my affiliate link. And from there, like I said, whatever you buy or whatever memberships you sign up for, I do get a portion of that that comes back to help with Country Boy Guns. So if you don't mind, please do me a favor, go check out my website. It'll be the top link in the description below. Again, any of those companies you want to shop from, go over there, see if they've got something you want, and use my links to shop with those companies. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Now let's get back to the video. I've got a few different kinds of these pouches. This one is a double AR mag pouch with two double stack pistol mag pouches stacked on top of those. So it takes up a lot less room on the belt, but it does give you a wider profile out from your belt. This one that I've got loaded up on this belt it gives you the same carrying capacity, two double stack pistol mags and two AR mags, but they're not stacked on each other. So again, takes up more room on the belt, but a lot slimmer profile. You're not as fat out the sides when you're wearing these. Now these pouches are made out of a pretty typical tactical nylon, at least in terms of how it looks and feels. I don't know what specific kind of material it is because I didn't see it listed anywhere on their website, but it's durable, it's nice, it's pretty standard stuff in terms of the actual nylon. Now what really makes these pouches cool are these little Kydex inserts that I've already kind of pre-loosened that they Velcro in the back, and they've got this interesting, unique little V-ish shape to them that when you put a magazine down in it, along with the nylon that's surrounding it, it clips that magazine in and holds it in place. It holds tension on the magazine so that it just wants to stay in the pouch. They've got really good retention. I have never had a magazine fall out of one of these, although I haven't like jumped out of helicopters and crap like that with them. But for my use, for everyday carry, for I would say a range training day, these are great, and probably for some duty use as well. Can't attest to that because I don't use guns in my day-to-day job. But these inserts for both the rifle and pistol magazines are the genius behind these magazine pouches, which means they can be open top, and that's the bottom. They can be open top, and I can just stick the magazine down in there. Also, if you see here, when there's not a magazine in the pouch, it keeps it nice and open. That Kydex wants to spread, and it keeps the opening of the magazine open so it's easy to reinsert a magazine. I think it's easier, frankly, for me to reinsert a magazine in these pouches than it is for like the HSGI tacos. Those tend to want to close up on me just a little bit more, and I don't have any of those issues with these KIWI pouches. Now, they make these pouches in a lot of different styles, a lots of different color options, you know, black, coyote, OD. I think they have gray, multicam, obviously. I'll put some pictures, some screenshots of their website up so you guys can see some of the different color options. They have pouches for single stack, like 9mm or 45 or 10mm 1911 magazines. They have them for double stack mags. They have a specific SIG P365 magazine, and their double stacks are really, really cool. It's another thing that made me fall in love with these pouches once I figured it out. I'll show you that here when we get to the magazine fitment test. But you can get them in different heights, so you can cover more or less of your magazine. There's just a ton of options with these, and it's awesome. I mean, subgun mags, 308 mags. I didn't see any AK specific mag pouches out there. I don't have an AK, so I can't test the AR mag pouch to see if it would work, but it probably would. And the other nice thing about this Kydex insert is if you start to lose your retention and it just starts to wear and flex a little bit more over time, you just heat it up and rebend it and go back to town. Or by then you've probably worn this magazine pouch out in some other way and you're gonna wanna replace it. Although I will say taking these magazine inserts in and out, these Kydex inserts, is a little bit more challenging than it seems like it would be, but it's still totally doable. They've got drain holes in the bottom of the pouches, so if you get water or something in there, obviously the water isn't gonna hurt the pouch itself, but the water will just drain right through those holes, or it'll go out on the sides where the nylon opens up. So not a huge issue there in terms of, you know, getting waterlogged. The other really cool option they have on their website is the different ways you can attach these. Now these are their proprietary, as far as I know, clips that actually just go around your belt like so, and they clip into the back. You could use malice clips with these. You could get some like quick strips. You pretty much, the sky's the limit in terms of how you can attach these, because the backs of them are just plain old PALS Molly type webbing. So you've got a lot more options. You're not married to one system. If you don't like straps, or if you don't like snaps, or you don't like Velcro, you don't like a particular attachment method, you're not married to that method with this pouch. You can do whatever your heart desires in mounting these. Now, I will say both of these models that I have here on the table use these belt clips, and I was a little worried when I first got these and started looking at them, because they only attach at the top and then they loop over your belt, but they can come out away from the pouch a little bit. So I was actually concerned that these weren't going to be super stable on the belt and they'd be flopping around. But they've actually held up really, really well. You can see I've got this one on the belt because, frankly, once you put these clips on the belt, they're kind of a pain in the ass to take off because of how high up the belt they go on the bottom of this clip. But I mean, obviously I'm not wearing the belt, so you're not gonna get a super great idea, but they're not flopping around like crazy. When I've worn this thing out, and yes, I have worn this, loaded up just like this to go to the store or, you know, go run an errand or something, I haven't had any problems at all with the stability of the pouch. Those clips work way better than they look like they should, and I'm really impressed. That I wouldn't have come up with that solution personally. Now, before we get into the nostalgia, the story that I have about these that makes me love them more from a purely sentimental standpoint, let's talk about magazine fitment. We'll start with the AR pockets, and obviously these are 5.56. I don't have a Steyr AUG or a G36 or any of those other weird, you know, like a 5.56 AK. I don't have any of those magazines to test. The only 5.56 mags I have are AR mags, specifically P mags. So sorry, you're not gonna get a ton of different magazines here, but let's be honest, this is the most common magazine in America anyway. But goes in the pouch just fine. I mean, look at that. Look at that retention. This is a fully loaded magazine, just so you guys can see, and it's just chilling there. It's a lot easier to put them in and take them out when it's on your belt. But yeah, it ain't going nowhere. That is awesome. I love that feature. It's that retention I was talking about. But it fits great, clearly. When you want it, it comes out. When you want it to stay, it stays. It's like the world's best trained dog. Actually, My dog's doing a really good job of staying right now. I'm kind of surprised. I keep checking on him to make sure he's all right, because he normally doesn't like to listen that well. Now, you've already seen on the one I have mounted on my belt that I've got Glock 17 mags in it, but again, just to show, Glock 17 mag, fully loaded. I'll put it in the pouch, and let's see. Yep, it ain't going nowhere. Now, I will say that if I take this AR mag out of the back and I still have just the pistol mag in, it's not going to be as secure. It came out. I haven't had that problem on the single layer version with these coming out, but again, they're up against that hard backing that makes up the back of the pouch itself, whereas these kind of rely on the rigidity of having the AR mag in the pouch behind it to give it that base there. Not sure if I can really explain that well on camera, but basically it's going to be more secure and retain better for your pistol magazines on this style where they're stacked if you've got the rifle magazine behind it, like so. One of the coolest things that I love the most about the KIWIs from a function standpoint is that they will fit every single handgun magazine, or at least double stack handgun magazine I have, with the exception of my FN57 mags, and that's just because they're too wide. This is not big enough, so to speak, for those mags. But all my other double stack pistol mags, and I'm about to show you in a second, fit. And the reason I think that's so cool is you think about all the different handguns you have, and you know, we've all tried the universal like nylon Uncle Mike style holster, and yeah, it may fit and you may be able to carry it that way, but it's not comfortable. It's not a good holster. You're not going to get a good draw. The gun's not going to stay in the holster unless you have some sort of strap on it. Like, it's just not a great solution. Especially if you're going to be carrying that gun a lot. You're going to need to get a custom-made holster. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry, you should have a custom-made holster for your guns. I mean, like, this fits Glock 17 and Glock 19 with a TLR1 HL, and I mean, it'll fit the 40 cal and 357 SIG versions too, but those are the guns it fits. That size with that light, and yeah, this holster's worn out. I'm going to be making a video about that soon too, but it's a custom holster. I can't put a SIG or an HK or something like that in that holster. It's meant for what it's built for, and it's just kind of what you have to do. And I'm of the mind that, okay, I'm willing to spend $100, $150 for a custom holster for a gun and just have that gun live in that holster, and they're just married to each other. But I don't want to do that with magazine pouches, because you know, if I go to the range and I've got a quick disconnect system where I can put a different holster for a different gun on my belt, I don't want to have to be changing out magazine pouches all the time to run, you know, the magazines that go with that gun, and constantly setting up belts and stuff. It's just a pain in the ass. Not to mention, that's a lot more money. I mean, every magazine pouch you buy, you're spending more money on it, which that's also something nice about these, is a lot of their options are very affordable. You're saving money if you can find a good universal magazine pouch. And a lot of times we run into the same kinds of problems as we do with the Uncle Mike's holsters. Yeah, it'll fit, but it doesn't hold it so well. There's not good retention. It's not super comfortable. It's not very stable on the belt. You kind of run into those same problems. So a lot of people will get custom made Kydex magazine pouches and just spend more money and have to change stuff out, or just run one kind of gun. And I get that philosophy, but I'm a reviewer, I'm a collector, I like to have lots of different stuff, and I like to shoot my stuff. So if I can get something that will give me the performance I need for a wide variety of magazines, that's an awesome feature, right? The HSGI Tacos can do that as well. They're very versatile in terms of the size of magazines they can hold. This thing, this pistol part specifically, does that wonderfully. Let me show you. All right, so I'm gonna try to go from smallest to biggest, but some of these are gonna be pretty similar. You've already seen the Glock 17 mag, so I'm not gonna use that one again, just for the sake of time. Pistol mag pouch, SIG P365 XL. This is the 15 rounder, set up to go, it'll work in the standard, but it's also set up to go in the XL. And of course it's unloaded, we've already talked about that. Again, Esstac makes a specific 365 mag pouch. So this is not necessarily within the realm of what this mag pouch should do. However, if I put it in, it fits, it holds in there. It's not quite as secure, frankly, as the other mag pouches are. It's a little bit less retentive, but honestly, especially if I'm just gonna go to the range or something with this, that's gonna work out just fine for a 365 mag. And I mean, they're not very big. We'll move up next. This is a Hudson 9 magazine. So that double stack 9mm striker fired 1911 looking ish kind of thing that sadly has been discontinued because it's a really cool gun. But goes in, holds just fine. Do the same thing we did the Glock mag. Put the AR mag behind it. And let's just see. Yep, not going anywhere, and it's fully loaded, so it's got some weight to it. Next, we've got the M&P 9 compact mag. I know it's probably kind of hard to see that, guys, but this is from Mrs. Country's Smith & Wesson M&P 9 compact. 15 rounds of 9mm. These are Federal Hydra-Shocks loaded up. Goes in just fine, holds it. Not coming out, and I'm not putting any tension on the front of the magazine. I'm holding the AR mag so that only the Kydex insert is holding the magazine in for this shake test. Next, we've got a CZ P10C magazine. Again, 15 rounds of Federal Hydra-Shocks. Goes in just fine. Yep, no problems. Just so you know, the reason I didn't do the shake test with the 365 mag is it's not loaded. There's almost no weight to this thing as it is, so it wouldn't be a fair comparison. And I'm not gonna go find ammo to load it with. Next, we've got a Beretta 92 magazine. This is actually from my 92A1, so this has 17 rounds. Now these are just ball FMJ rounds, nothing crazy, but still 17 rounds. Goes in just fine, all the way down. All right, so you get the idea. Double stack 9mm mags, they work, right? Like, that's awesome. Everybody does that. Blackhawk does that. Friggin' everybody does that. Yeah, everybody does do that. Now we're gonna get into some stuff that not everybody does. So this is my Smith & Wesson M&P 45 magazine, loaded up with 10 rounds, Federal Hydra-Shocks 230 grain, so much bigger bullets, bigger magazine. No problems. Goes in just fine. That, again, stays in there. This is the smallest 45 mag I have, except for 1911 mags, obviously. And this actually will fit in the Blackhawk, like their hard plastic belt mag pouches that I've used for years. I was surprised when I found this fit in there, but those still wouldn't fit any of my other 45 mags. So let's talk about those now. HK Mark 23, much wider, as you can see. Here's the XL mag for comparison. 12 rounds. I think this is Fiocchi, but it's just some cheap 230 grain jacketed hollow points. 12 rounds. Goes in. I'll put it the right way. Goes in just fine. Again, easier to put it in and take it out if it's on your belt. Hold it upside down. Yep, ain't going nowhere. Works awesome. This is a thick magazine, guys. Like, this is nothing to sneeze at, and it fits no problem. But I've got a bigger magazine. This is an FNX 45 Tactical magazine. 15 rounds of 230 grain. It's that same Fiocchi, I think it's Fiocchi anyway, jacketed hollow points. But 15 rounds, 230 grain, 45 ACP, and it's big. XL mag. I mean, it's a thick magazine for sure. I've got one magazine pouch for this, and I had to custom order it. I've never been able to find another magazine pouch that fits this magazine and holds it well, gives it good retention without some kind of like flap and button or some crap like that. And I know this is an FNX magazine, not an FNP magazine, because I bought these mistakenly thinking they were the exact same. They're actually kind of not. This one, it'll go in my FNP 45. I haven't tried to fire it and feed with it in that gun yet, but it's stiff, and I have to actually pull it out of that gun. So it's a bigger magazine than my FNP magazine. Anyway, enough yakking. Let's see how well it goes into the pouch. Yep, that'll do it. Holds it just fine. Let's do my grab and shake. It ain't going anywhere, but I'll show you guys. But if I want it, it still comes out just fine. It's not like stuck or fused in there. That's impressive, guys. That is impressive. I can't believe that this magazine pouch holds all of those magazines, those pistol magazines, so well. It's a genius system. It's super lightweight. It doesn't have a whole bunch of extra like metal components and straps and snaps and Velcro and all that crap. I mean, I'm sure you could put, if you needed to jump with these, you could put bungees on top of your magazines and stuff, and it would work, especially if you get the Molly front version like this, except it's not on the pistol sides, I just realized. But at least for the rifle mags, you could put bungees on that if you needed to. You just got to order that option. It's just a couple extra bucks. Or you can get it slick front, like this one is. I don't know what else to say, guys. Like, this is quickly becoming my new favorite style of magazine pouch for a lot of different applications, especially belt-mounted stuff. Still like the tacos. I'm still running those on my battle belt. I don't have any plans to change those out anytime soon. But if I build another battle belt, I'm probably going to be going with the KIWIs for that belt. All right. I've made you wait long enough for the story. So what in the world could I be sentimental about or have a emotional appreciation for when it comes to a magazine pouch? Well, it's not so much the pouch as it is the company. Hey, let me explain. So I found out last year that I was going to be deploying, and obviously didn't tell you guys that till after I got back, but I made a ton of videos on a bunch of different stuff so that I could have videos posting on a regular schedule while I was gone, and I didn't just fall off the face of the earth for however long I was gone. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm also ordering some stuff to augment or add to the gear I was getting issued, because all of you in the military or who have been in the military know that unless you are a high-speed individual whose job it is to go shoot people in the face and do it really, really well, and they do a lot of other stuff too, but you get the point. Unless you're one of those kind of people, you're not getting issued the greatest gear. You're getting issued stuff that's a couple generations or more behind what we are buying as civilians. Mag pouches I got were double AR, like flimsy material mag pouches with a, I think it was either Velcro or a snap, or maybe it had Velcro and snaps, flap that goes over it. It's meant to make it where young Private Snuffy doesn't lose his gear. It's not meant to make it easy and fast to get to your gear. It's meant to just keep your gear on you. And it works for that, but it's big, it's bulky, it's not super stable. It flops around, especially if you grab a magazine out of it and now there's only one in there, and of course you're not gonna take the time to put that flap back on if you're using your gun, so you're gonna lose that magazine the next time you dive for cover. All right, cool. Like I said before, my job has nothing to do with guns on a daily basis. Like, if you don't know this, not everybody in the military gets issued a gun and goes and shoots people. Like, that's not everybody. And I'm certainly not one of those people. I work in front of a computer 99.9% of the time. So I didn't think that I was going to be going into a firefight, but because reasons, I decided I wanted to have some better gear, because they're issuing me body armor and a helmet and weapons and all this stuff. Well, they're issuing it to me because they know that there is a possibility that I might need it. And I decided I wanted to have some slightly upgraded materials. Long story to say, I ordered this pouch from Esstac. I went in, picked the one I wanted. They've got options where you can have some more space between your magazines, or they can be all bunched up on each other like this. I decided I wanted them bunched up together. I wanted multicam, obviously. I wanted the Molly front because why not? I think it was like $3 and it's there, and if I need it, great, and if I don't, it doesn't get in the way, it doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't add a bunch of extra weight or anything. So I configured the pouch just like this, and I ordered it. And then they shipped this one to me instead. They shipped I mean, again, it holds 2 magazines of both rifle and pistol ammo, but it wasn't the one that I ordered. I ordered this one to wear on a belt and be much slimmer than this would be. So this kind of defeated the purpose. I reached out to them and I said, hey guys, I ordered this one, and I sent them a screenshot from their website. I ordered this one. I sent them my order number and everything, and I sent them a picture of the one that I got. Hey, I got the wrong thing. If you guys wouldn't mind just, you know, letting me know how to send this back to y'all, I'll send it back. And if you could just send me the one that I ordered, that would be great. Getting ready to go on a deployment soon. I wanted to take it on my deployment, and that's the pouch I want. Cool. So long story short, they send the pouch out. I left before it got here, and I wasn't able to take it with me because I couldn't have it mailed to me because, again, reasons that I won't go into. But I took this one just in case. I figured, why not? I actually didn't end up using this, but there's a situation I would have used this one if I had had it. So that's neither here nor there, not a huge deal. But when I emailed them and said, hey, here's what I got, here's what I ordered, I'll send this back to you, like, you know, let's just normal customer service stuff, right? They said, you know what, we're so sorry. We really appreciate you reaching out to us. We'll send you the mag pouch that you ordered as soon as we can. Just keep that one and give it to somebody else in your unit that needs a mag pouch. This is not a cheap magazine pouch. This is $78. I just went into their website right now, configured it exactly the same way as this is, same color, same attachment, $78. That they just wanted to pay it forward. You know, they took a mistake that was made on their part of their shipping or somebody. They took a mistake that was made, and rather than take the opportunity to get the product back, because somebody will order one of these and they'll be able to recycle it essentially, and they would just be out a little bit of shipping. They took the opportunity to say, you know what, no, go ahead, just give that to somebody else, let them use it. One, it's good marketing for them, right? Like I'm making a video about this right now, telling you guys that they're awesome because they did something cool that they didn't have to do. Two, they wanted to support people deploying and doing the mission. I didn't tell them what my job was. I didn't tell them I had a YouTube channel. I didn't do any of that. I just said, hey, you know, I ordered this, I got the, and I'm deploying. And they wanted to get the product out there, get it in the hands of somebody that could use it and appreciate it, and support people who, you know, are going and deploying for our country. And I think that's really freaking cool. Like, so yeah, I have a sentimental attachment to Esstac KIWI mag pouches now. Now you're wondering, they said give it to somebody and you've still got it. Why? Because nobody I was with needed this mag pouch. They were either people who were very happy to use the gear that they had been issued and didn't want to try to figure out a way to integrate something new because what they had been issued was already just there and it was easy plug and play, or they were people who are like me and they had their own gear and they had their stuff set up and they didn't need this. Now I do have a friend that I was gonna send this to in the mail, but again, because the same reason I couldn't have this one mailed to me from my wife, I couldn't mail this to my friend. So I am going to find a very deserving individual, and it'll probably be somebody that I know personally that deserves and needs some gear like this and give it to them. I'm not gonna hold on to this. I truly don't want to use it because of how thick it is and how much it stacks out. It's just, it doesn't fit into my needs for a pouch like this. But I promise you, I will find somebody that is deserving and will use the item and will enjoy it, and it will probably make them go buy more stuff from Esstac because it is a really awesome item. That's really it, guys. If not the most, it is one of the most impressive mag pouches and mag pouch designs I've ever found and used, and I really like it, and I wanted to tell you guys about it. A lot of people have heard of Esstac. A lot of people have never heard of them. They're like, what do you mean a KIWI? Like what's a KIWI? What's Esstac? But I wanted to put it out there. I think that based on my experience, it's a great product that's designed intelligently and works really, really well, even though it's very simplistic. It's not a super complicated thing to set up or to use, but it's one of those genius like designs. And again, my experience, the company is amazing. The guys over there they're just really good people, and they took care of me in a way that they went above and beyond to take care of me when a mistake happened, and they even made it better by putting this out there for somebody who's deserving to have for free. Sadly, I can't link to Esstac in the description because they are a gun accessory company. However, what I will do is I'll put a link in the pinned comment that takes you over to their website. I'm not going to take you to any specific magazine pouch, just to their website. You guys can go through and find whatever it is that fits your needs the best if you're interested in buying magazine pouches from them. It's not an affiliate link. I don't get paid any money for you using that link. They don't even, again, they don't know I have a YouTube channel. They don't know who I am. I'm just doing this because I love the product. I like the company, and I wanted to put the info out there. So if you guys do go over there and buy anything, let them know that you saw this video and that's the reason you bought something from them. And who knows, maybe they'll want to work with me in the future, which that would be really cool. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. Thank you so much. I'm still like in awe that the channel's over 1,000 subscribers now. I can't believe it. And that's because of you guys. It wouldn't have happened without y'all. And if you weren't here watching the videos, then there'd be no point in me making them. So I really appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your support and your love. If you guys have any questions about this or anything else from Esstac or anything else for that matter, post them down in the comments below. If you've used these pouches before, let us know what kind of experiences you've had, good, bad, or ugly, or otherwise. I'd really be interested to get some more experiences from other people on these pouches. If you'd rather, you can send me an email or a DM on Instagram. I'll have that linked here on the screen for you guys. And don't forget to go check out my website. I've added several affiliates recently. Some people have reached out to me, or I've reached out to some other affiliates. So there's more links up over there now. Just go check it out. And again, any of those companies you want to buy stuff from, click on that link. It'll take you directly to their website. You can buy whatever items you're going to buy. And I do get a portion of that sale to come back to support the channel. So I really appreciate that. Thanks again, everybody. Y'all take it easy. Roll Tide.